So after everything happened, he's exiting the freeway. The first shot hit here. And the reason I know this is the first shot because I didn't feel anything until the second pow. So the first shot hit here. It's actually a bullet. I just noticed this too. So I thought it missed. The bullet's actually lodged into a crack right here. Then the second shot hit here. It hit here. And since when he was getting off the freeway, that freeway exit takes you down. So he had to shoot up. And so that explains the trajectory of the bullet. It came through here at an upward angle. It hit, came in here, came out here and hit up into my thigh. And then out of my thigh, it came to right here. And it's the bullet head's in there. So this is where it hit me, right here, like right there. And then it came out underneath, like right up in here in this area. And so that shows you it came up and then went straight through and then came out.
Did you know you'd been shot?
Initially, no. Right, you know, when your body takes on something that hot and hard, it releases a whole lot of adrenaline through you. Your blood pressure goes up. So initially, I thought it just skitched me. I felt something. I felt pressure, but I thought it just skitched me. And I immediately I called 911 immediately, right after I felt it happen. And then my wife's talking to me. She's kind of frantic. And I'm kind of like in a daze. I'm just looking at her. I'm thinking like, I can't believe this just happened. Like, are you serious? And I snapped out of it. And I'm like, are you all right? Are you all right? She's like, yeah, I'm fine. Are you okay? And she just kept talking. And I'm just like, oh, am I shot? I'm trying to find out if I'm shot. So I'm driving. I never like swerved or almost caused an accident or nothing. So I feel, I'm seeing blood. I'm like, okay. Then it gets more wet. I'm like, okay, this can't just be a flesh wound. This has to be an entry, you know? So I'm like, okay, babe, I'm shot. I'm gonna drive myself to the hospital.
And show me again the entry and the exit for me.
So I can actually show you the entry, but the exit, you know.
Right, I hear you.
So this is the entry right here, right there. And then it came out, there's padding right here, but it's like right there. So, yeah, and then I drove myself to Harborview. I can't put too much pressure on it. Checked myself in. I pulled up like right where the ambulance pulls up, and then I just had my wife move the car.
And it didn't hit an artery or
No,
like
thank God.
Because that could be.
Yeah, it could have hit an artery, didn't hit bones. And they have that, there's actually like a main artery that runs through your leg that you'll bleed out. I think it's within seconds or a couple minutes. That's how much blood that goes through that artery. So I was just thanking God that nothing happened. I'm still here to provide for my family, still here to help out my church, you know, because I'm a pretty big staple in my church. I do a lot. I'm part of like the leadership in the church with 2 other men. So yeah, my wife was sitting right in the passenger seat. So she's literally right. You see, this is not a big car. So if he was at more of a downward angle, that bullet could have hit her in the stomach. It could have missed me and went past me and hit her in the stomach, which would have been very bad. She's 6 months pregnant with our daughter. Yeah, so my main worry was her. Like initially when the shots were going, I wasn't really too worried about me. He was driving erratic. I seen him in my rear view. I'm in the HOV lane, you know. I'm doing like 65, 67, which is normal to go that a little bit above the actual 60 miles, especially when you're in the fast lane. I see him just ride up and gets on my bumper basically, and he's like flashing his floodlights, like move. I'm like, no, I'm trying to get somewhere too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to get into slow traffic. I have to be somewhere at 6:30. It's 6:09. I got to drop my wife off on 4th and Seneca. I got to get to the South Seattle. It's the South Seattle, basically the school that's down there in the Georgetown area, because I have to go get dispatched out to work, and so that pisses him off. So after that happens, he's not able to get around. I'm not moving. So he gets into the next lane over. He starts to speed up to try to pass me, but there's a car in front of him. And I'm doing 67, so I'm not going that slow. So now he's pissed off because he can't jump over in front of me, and this car makes him slow down. So he darts over 2 lanes. Then he speeds past a few cars, and then he just cuts a lot of people off to get right back into the HOV lane. And then so now I'm behind him, and so I try to get over, and so now he's cutting me off to get over. I get back over. So we do that about 3 or 4 times, and then when we end up back in the HOV lane, he slams on his brakes trying to make me hit him. Like at this point, he's acting real irate, you know, senseless. So I swerve around him, I get back in front of him, and so now I'm a little irritated because now he just tried to make me wreck. I got my pregnant wife in the car, so now I go slow on purpose. I'm not gonna lie, I did. I went slow on purpose, but after that, now at this point, that all started, I encountered him first at this MLK Bowen Access Road exit. So now we're past that. Now we're by the Arbor Swift, no, Course in Michigan exit, that one that veers off to the left. So I'm in the HOV lane, and now traffic's getting slower because it tends to slow up right before West Seattle Bridge. So now I'm kind of at like stop and go. And so he gets off the exit, and as he's getting off the exit, he rolls his passenger side window down and points the gun at my car. It shoots twice. Second bullet struck me.